1 year later, Milton Obote became president, but the terror continued. Under Obote, it's estimated several 100,000 people were killed. In July, he too was overthrown in a military coup, and now that government is waging war against yet another rebel army. The Journal's Ann Medina went to Uganda and found no peace in the country.
Uganda doesn't give up its past easily. But today, at least, it's trying to have faith in a future.
Let us pray for these children whom we bring to baptism in the name of our Lord, and say together.
A family gathers in Kampala to celebrate a christening with the proud father. Ugandans want so much to live normally again, but optimism is new to them. It doesn't go with their past. Their spirits have been badly battered by recent history.
I know that by and large the name Uganda is associated with all the tragedy which has been unfolding in this land for the last many years. But today, you know, in Uganda we have a unique opportunity to begin a new era.
In a field near Namalongi, the proof of the old era lies scattered in the brush. So far, the villagers say they've counted 7,008 skulls. For 4 years, a special forces unit under Obote had their barracks here, leaving behind its unique record of performance. Last month, the symbol of that past, Obote's medallion, was taken down. Quietly, Ugandans watched as the monument to a man who had been president once and came back to be president again came down. There were no cheers, just bitter thoughts.
This country sacrificed blood just to bring down that medallion is symbolic, but we took a lot in terms of human lives to bring that medallion down. This is the second time we're bringing it down. And we hope that from now on, we'll have a better Uganda.
But the better Uganda is not here yet. In Kampala alone, a city of 100,000, 5, 6, sometimes more, die violently each night. Were there fewer bodies brought in after Amin left, or about the same?
It was the same.
And now, is it better or not?
It is a bit okay.
A bit okay, but still...
They are still dying.
Uganda. The very word evokes unspeakable images. But last July, Ugandans began to hope that that could change. Peace was almost there. They could almost touch it. But now they wonder if their legacy of violence is too ingrained to be reversed. No single leader seems to have the power or the support or the control to change the country's direction. So last summer's hope is now being replaced by the more familiar fear of the gun. A few weeks ago, one of the main roads to Kampala was taken over by the National Resistance Army. Although formed to fight Obote, the NRA, as it's called, represents today's main rebel threat to the new government. They marched in, basically unopposed. They took up positions by the roadside, and they waited.
The people who are conscious politically, they know what they are doing and what Uganda wants.
They're disciplined.
Yeah.
The unit's commander was proud of his men, but despite his flamboyance, he was not there for show. Do you expect the army here?
Here? Yes, that's why we are here.
They were ready, an odd army of resistance. Many were young, even 12 years old. And their uniforms were a grab bag of boots, jackets, and weapons. But despite their appearance, they did the job. Banana and fuel trucks headed for Kampala were turned back. The NRA had cut the road. Oddly enough, the army did nothing to stop them. But there were rumors and reports that the government army would move on the city of Masaka. Battles between the army and the NRA had already taken place in 2 other cities that week. So the residents, they were taking no chances.
Why are they leaving Masaka? They have told us to leave the place.
Are a lot of people scared?
Yes, most people are scared.
In the city itself, the last few were packing what they could. They didn't know whether they would be away for a day or a month.
I'm worried.
Why are you worried?
So the soldier is fighting now.
You worried that people may get killed?
Yes.
It took only a few hours, but the 3rd largest city in Uganda had gone silent. The only people comfortable on the streets were the rebels, since the army had retreated. The few government troops that hadn't were now prisoners, awaiting their turn at terror. The new military council had overthrown Obote, only to face a new self-appointed power. Masaka, like the other towns in western Uganda, had changed hands. Even the prison was empty. Captor and prisoner had switched roles again. Today it's Masaka, with the empty streets and the closed shops. Last week it was Mubende and Matunya. Sometimes the fear is there because they feel a battle is about to begin. Sometimes it's because they fear the army could come in and loot and kill and rape. In each case, the fear is against each other. Ugandan versus Ugandan.
Nkubi. Era bwa mukitundu awo.
These people from Chavunze are running from their own army.
What was he saying?
He's saying that many of those killed have been left on the wayside. He's got a son who has a bullet wound on his chest. He's here, near here.
For the past 3 days, they had walked more than 20 miles, one leaving a dead husband, another 2 slaughtered neighbors.
Most of those who don't make it have remained there. Those the old ones, the young ones have fled. Those who haven't fled have been killed, and the bodies have been left in the open.
The families from Chavunze were only one group of many to take refuge in an old cotton mill. This was in an area that the Red Cross felt was too dangerous to deliver aid to.